Good evening, folks. Livio, Regano with tonight's weather. Some genuine rotten weather's in store for Queensland this week, except we've now fine-tuned last Friday's projections and it's looking like the southern half of the state's going to get the better end of the bargain for rainfall totals. Either way, prepare for a few days of interrupted picnic plans. Today's top temps were uniformly in the low 30s, which is slightly on the high side considering it's mid-March. Another rather warm night too with high humidity, 54%. Let's look at the satellite loop now. An upper level trough is the main culprit or driver for the current weather pattern. It's bringing a rain band diagonally across from northwest to southeast Queensland, and that's basically blocked out the sun and brought the temperatures right down. North of the rain band, where a bit of sun's got in, it's been fuel for showers and thunderstorms, and some severe ones with warnings have reached parts of the Capricornia and Wide Bay this afternoon. Mostly quiet in the tropics for the time being. Now on to today's chart, I should say. We've got a main high pressure system that's driving in, that's moving across the Great Australian Bight at the moment, and it's pushing in behind a trough which has an inland portion and a coastal portion that's just now moving through Fraser Island. South of the trough is where the cooler, wetter weather is, and north of the trough is where we're getting the severe storms. On tomorrow's chart, the trough moves up to the Capricorn coast, moving the wetter weather right up through central Queensland, and on the outlook chart it extends right up and down the coast, and there will be series of strong wind warnings along the coast as well. Now, the latest from the Weather Bureau. The boating forecast for Hervey Bay waters. A strong wind warning's been issued for tomorrow. Southeasterlies up to 30 knots and then settling back to 15 to 20 knots for Wednesday, Thursday. Fraser Island offshore. Again, southeast up to 30 knots south of Eurong with a 2-metre swell. Wednesday's winds dropping below 25 knots and below 20 on Thursday. The high tide's getting quite late in the morning now, pushing midday at some ports, and while it's a pretty big tide, it's less extreme than what we saw on the weekend. The Wide Bay Burnet District, rain and thunderstorms tomorrow with heavy falls possible inland. Bundaberg 22 to just 25 degrees, Gympie 22, Hervey Bay 25, very cool, and Maribor 24. Looking ahead for Bundaberg, I'd be betting on the rotten weather lasting most of this week, with tomorrow to Thursday likely the wettest days, temperatures cool and steady, though subtly rising. And that's all for this evening, my friends. Pleasure once again to have your company and for watching 7 Local Weather. I'll be back tomorrow with more on the latest. Hope you can join me then. Now it's back to the team.
You're wonderful, Liv. Thank you very much, mate. Lovely having your company, and we'll catch up again tomorrow night. And a reminder, you can watch our news anytime on 7+. From the team, see you tomorrow night. Good night.
Tonight in 7 News, one of the biggest protests in years. Thousands march for women.